16 million Americans served in the armed forces during World War II. According to the latest data from the 2020 data, that is, from the National World War II Museum, there are about 325,000 of those still alive today. And of those, about 1,800 live in Idaho. How about some perspective on that? 5 years ago, when we did the story we're about to show you, there were 850,000 World War II vets still alive, with about 5,500 of them in Idaho. So you can see how quickly we're losing them. 5 years ago, we had the privilege to hang out with several of our Treasure Valley veterans during a special day at the Nampa Airport. It's Wednesday.
Hello, everybody. Hello. Are you excited?
Which means field trip day for the folks at Salmon Creek Retirement Home.
They're never too old to do fun things, and so this is what this is all about. Hi, Pearl.
Hi.
Today, about a dozen residents
Oh, I like your jacket.
unloaded at the Nampa Airport.
Are you ready to go up in the plane?
Yes, I am.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
Ready to take to the skies in this former crop duster, thanks to ageless aviation.
This airplane is a 1942 Boeing Stearman.
But I was wondering who's number 3.
After boarding the bus 15 minutes early, they've lined up in the morning shade. What are you looking forward to? Being up
Coming back down.
and can hardly wait for their turn.
Absolutely, they couldn't sleep all night.
I always wanted to fly. Ever since I used to play like I was a bird.
They've all served in some way,
Wherever they sent me.
or were wives of those that did.
Bill, how old are you?
Today's rotation
89.
will be oldest to youngest.
So we know who's oldest.
That distinction belongs
Yeah.
to Don Llyod, 94 years old as of 2 days ago.
What do I do, get in there?
Yep,
Don was working on a survey crew in Oregon
You still got my ass?
I do.
when he was drafted in 1942. He became an armorer,
That doesn't make me the pilot, though, does it?
No, sir.
Good.
reloading ammunition on B-25s in the Philippines.
Oh, yeah, loud and clear. That's
These days,
good. Let's go.
when Don is not taxiing down a runway,
I warned you this was a long walk.
this is how he usually gets around.
Another long one.
But when he gets some time alone in his room,
I haven't finished putting it together here.
you can find Don working on his memoirs,
You want me to read this? Drafted into the Army.
something his granddaughters have asked him to do.
Lowry Field, Denver.
Like this section about walking in Denver, duffel bag on his shoulder, looking for a shower and a shave.
At the corner of 16th and California Streets in downtown Denver, I met Helen Oswald, who threw her arms around my neck and asked if we could go have a beer at Shaner's across the street.
Helen became Don's wife.
Wedding day,
50 years they were married.
1943,
Bouncing around the Northwest
October the 30th.
and raising 3 kids.
You want to hear something shady?
Please.
Well,
One could argue that Don is sentimental,
I don't know if you want to hear any more of this crap or not.
but that doesn't mean he dwells on his old days or his service.
I haven't shot people or bombed people or anything like that, but at least I've done my part.
Other than forgetting his sunglasses on a day like today, Don says he's lived life with very few regrets.
Holy mackerel, that was fantastic.
He doesn't have time for them.
Just fantastic. Oh, man.
He plans to spend each day
It was just really spectacular.
adding another chapter to his memoirs.
Geez.
Brian Holmes, Idaho's News Channel 7. Well, Don Llyod passed away in his sleep 3 years ago, 2 years after we did that story, on October 8th, 2017. He was 96 years old. He was known by his family and friends as Mr. Fantastic, and he left those memoirs that he was writing, he left them behind for his kids, his grandkids, and his great-grandkids. Meanwhile, Ageless Aviation, the organization that gives those flights to veterans, they came back to the Treasure Valley in 2016, 2017, and 2018, and they've given more than 4,200 flights since they started. And they were planning on adding about 1,000 more this year when the pandemic shut them down in March, 38 flights in. They told me today they plan to be back to the Boise area next year.